Hi, my name is Roman Glebenkov and I'm the creator of Intravenous 1 and 2. Update 1.2 has been officially released after spending nearly 3 months in open beta. Initially, Update 1.2 was meant to primarily add Steam Workshop support, enable the map editor, and fix a couple of bugs here and there. Over time, however, the update grew in size, and it now provides many various improvements to the game. Let's start with the inclusions first. The game now supports Steam Workshop. There is no limit on what kind of mods can be made, and the modding community can make new levels, weapons, gadgets, or anything in between. While the game is moddable from start to finish, extensive modding requires knowledge of the Lua scripting language. The level editor has also been enabled, allowing the community to make their own levels and share them on the Steam Workshop or elsewhere. Update 1.2 adds 3 new weapons to the base game: the MAC-10, UMP, and FAMAS G2. The MAC-10 is chambered in 45 ACP and is the first SMG in the game to be chambered in this caliber. It does not perform very well at range, but at close range it shreds. It can also be caliber converted to 9x19mm. The UMP is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson and is also the first SMG chambered in this caliber. It can be caliber converted to both 45 ACP and 9x19mm. Its role is a middle ground between the MP5 and the faster firing Mini Uzi. It fires slower than both, but hits harder and is easier to control. Lastly, the FAMAS G2 is chambered in 5.56 NATO. It performs well at range as well as close range, but its high rate of fire makes it hard to control when firing in full auto. All the game levels have been updated to feature these new weapons. The Model 700 can now accept a 4x scope, granting the user an edge in longer range engagements. The AR-15 and G36C can now accept a match barrel mod, increasing the accuracy of each shot. The MP7 can now be concealed on levels with social stealth elements. The VP9's muzzle velocity has been increased. The velocity of all bullets is no longer static and now drops as the projectile continues traveling. The loadout menu now features weapon category filters. With how many weapons there are in Intravenous 2 and the support for mods, this felt like a natural inclusion, as it helps you navigate and narrow down the exact category of weapons you're looking for without having to list through the whole menu. Weapon handling was improved. Now skills influence not just the increase in recoil from each shot, but also how soon the weapon will become harder to control during continuous fire. Outside of new weapons, a silhouette of the player is now shown when he enters a dark area. This was done to give the player a better understanding of where he is in the game world in near pitch black darkness, especially with the cone of view disabled. The line of sight indicator now has 3 separate options for controlling its visibility and can be turned off entirely. Some weapons and levels, as well as the weapons goons carry, will now have various weapon mods installed. Not a lot in the beginning of the game, but a lot more closer towards the end. In terms of progression, when finishing a level with a modded weapon in your possession, the mods you haven't unlocked yet will now automatically unlock for that particular weapon. Stealth kills with a knife have been both buffed and nerfed. The action takes less time, however the falling body now makes noise and can alert nearby enemies. On the technical side, the game has also received a round of optimization on the CPU side, and it now runs up to 35% better, depending on the scenario and the user's machine. With Update 1.2, Intravenous 2 is in a much better state than it was before, and there is no better time to experience the game than now, as the additional polish this update brings makes the whole experience that much smoother. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the game as well as the changes in this update.